Maise malungil swelba, el merigi dura kui loreng sa edison point nine PFM. La tamu luk mo sek tok sorgi dura piswind. Mak mo olko yung sang around mo pera program gitu kata mal omoreng selbo yung ani ako na somi loger ang si ilmu kotong mira 4883477. Malungil swelba Randy.
Okay, malungil swelba marbekla adrogui el tune in ra IPFM Eco Paradise el 12 swel Brasil solangan niya ko na tukubet sa programmer gidre al swelva el lobengela programmer damo ko mong Peace Winds makadamal ng tangate ng tiyang tigil adalt el program el kukmos ils moditi el program mo tiyang el program Peace Wind yang ara kukurelele yang ara kukura sa el maer el program ma ngatiang angel coordinator del program niya ama Mokora introduce the guest. So thank you if you're tuning in just now for our program. We're introducing a program called Peace Winds, and they have some outreach here in Palau. So their program coordinator is Amma. Very nice to meet you. Good afternoon, Amma.
Yeah. So Ali, everyone. So my name is Amma. So we are Peace Winds Japan, providing the free health screening in Palau. So we have our team here. This is the Lancer, our program coordinator, and this is the Dr. Jason from MHHS, and Dr. Samuel from Shinkong Hospital, and our Captain Nick, and also our nurse Yoko. So this is our medical team to provide the health screening, which is Kenshin in Japanese, in Palau. Yeah. So just let me introduce some introduction for our Peace Winds itself. So Peace Winds Japan is one of the NGO established in 1996 in Japan. And we have been providing the assistance in 33 countries in the world. And now have the 18 countries, the project all over the world. And Peace Winds Palau was established in May 2021, so which is 2 years ago. And now we are providing the free health screening and also the awareness in Palau. Yeah. And we utilize the ship, which is called Kenshin, and to visit mainly Outer Island and also the Koror. So we have done 3 drives so far. Last November, we've been to Peleliu, Angal, and Koror. And then last March, we went to Peleliu, Kayan, and Koror. And then this recent trip was we went to Southwest Islands, Hatuho Bay, and then Sonsoro State. So we'd like to debrief our journey with doctors and also the captain and our team members. So the Lancer can explain what we did in the Southwest voyage. So could you tell about that?
Sure.
Yep.
Malaway sa malungil tutaw. Itira kalungil swelo. Sera agi pora Southwest Island agi ra April el anra kara 2022 mo 2024. Sa igi del time agi mlora tobi agi ulmu lo mesra adra tobi mi mlo sa pamamal mustri ra ara 18 el adra al selata blura tobi. Agi tira kal mlora blura pul ana edira kal mustri ra 8 el adra al selsei. Agi tira kal mlora blura sonsorol Emestrira lui al in total at 46 al kibel strira al sela Southwest Island. Lo pangatian mar toktang tiay del gombali mar terkay del toktang ra hospital Jason ma toktang ra Taiwan al Dr. Samuel mangkay del nurse kumam Lioko mangkay kita captain kumam Nicole Gardner sister captain ra tiagi del dial lagi mom ko dong maseng kensing makmu say gite kuk ngaulang ngumsang atok tang arurang meluok lebolo karagi highlights ra gite activities
alungil total morar adrogoy akmon ngite adi switch between Palau and English ring aya kya kari dire takala understand that or belao so for the sake of them so I'll start off with sharing my own experience. Yeah, first time around Mura Southwest Islands, and I thank the Peace Winds group for providing this opportunity to bring health screening to the Southwest Islands, areas that are not easily accessible by for health. Okay, so I think this opportunity was really good for the people down south to be screened and to be taught about health, because we not only did health screening, we did educational programs too down there. Lenter, Amma, and Dr. Inawa, which is not here with us today, they did some educational like presentations to the kids and the public there. Other than that, the islands down south were very beautiful. It was my first time down there, and the people were very friendly. And the islands, the water was so pristine down there.
And what were some of the things you found, or was it like were people healthy?
Yeah. After we'll get to the data towards the end.
Okay.
I'll share the data after people share their experiences. So Samuel, you want to go next?
Ali rồi cuối mùi ngon lòng sông ngang Samuel ngang cả doctor on Taiwan, and thanks for Peace Wind Japan to invite me as a doctor from Shin Kong Hospital, Taiwan, to join this interesting trip. And when I learned they're going to the Southwest, I'm very excited. And every Palauan I met, when they heard I'm going to the Southwest, they also say, "Oh, you are really lucky because only limited people can go to there."
Yeah.
So I think I'm a very lucky guy to have a chance to go to the Southwest to visit there. And I think these islands are really beautiful. The people there are very kind, and I also enjoy from their hospitality. They provide us many delicious local food like coconut, bananas, and the coconut crab. This is my first time to see what is coconut crab, and it really tastes very delicious. So I also learned one sentence of Songsorolese. Now dewa mangao means the food is delicious. Okay. So I think this is a very special
Wow.
experience for me to, as a doctor working in Palau, and very special chance to go to the Southwest to understand their lives living there. And we also do the screening and health awareness. And I think after this trip, we have a more experience and knowledge about how their life is. So in the future, maybe we can provide more culture compatible strategies, try to reduce incidence and risks of non-communicable disease. And in the future, we from Shin Kong Hospital, we really want to join Peace Wind Japan, go to the Southwest again. Okay, thank you.
All right.
Well, I'm Nick, and as the captain of the ship, I was obviously more focused on delivering these wonderful people to the islands and then staying out of the way while they did the important bit. And
How long was the trip, and when did you guys go?
we went twice, actually. There was a trial voyage at the end of April because I wasn't entirely sure where I could safely take the ship, and I didn't want to end up on a reef.
Yes,
and then
definitely don't. Yeah.
Your reefs are beautiful without my ship on top of them. And then the second voyage was a week, and we obviously took medical staff that time, and we're a little bit more targeted in where we were going and what we were doing.
Was that near? Was that in May or
That was at the beginning of May.
beginning of May? Okay,
Yeah,
good,
so-
because then you missed the typhoon. So
The weather was
weather, yeah.
absolutely stunning. I don't think I've seen it calm for so long, but it was
Wow.
almost mirror calm for most of both voyages. I couldn't believe how lucky we were, actually. It was just towards the end. It got a little bit bumpy, but not particularly windy.
but you've been in different places before Palau, so
Me or the ship?
You and the ship.
Yes, I only came to Palau towards the end of 2021, but I've been at sea since 1994 in different
right.
countries, so I've seen a lot of places.
We've been at sea since 1994. We've been independent since 1994.
Congratulations. Yeah. But yeah, I've never been anywhere quite like Palau and definitely nowhere like the Southwest Islands. It's amazing
right.
to see how clean it is,
Yeah.
really.
That's awesome. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thanks for your work. All right, awesome. Next.
Ali, this is Yoko. I'm a nurse, and I felt seasick during Southwest. So I was under the medication 24 hours, 6 days.
So you medicated yourself.
Yes. So I don't remember actually. I'm joking, but so I just want to say thank you very much and Kome Suran.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to see you next year. Thank
All right,
you.
awesome. Okay. Okay, so Amma, can you tell us about this trip? So your main focus was to bring medical help to outlying states.
Yes, yeah, our main purpose is to bring the health access to the people in mainly outer islands, and especially differently this time to the Southwest Islands. So we provide the health screening mainly, and also the awareness to the people there.
And then has this ship been, have you been working with this ship before or?
In Japan, we have some experience, but not in Palau. This is the
Okay.
kind of first operation. in
And
Palau,
so
yeah.
the ship itself, the Kensing ship, is that the name of the ship?
Yes.
Kensing ship, that's a Japanese ship?
Technically that's a Palawan ship.
Oh, it's a Palawan ship.
Yeah,
okay.
not us, but the one of the different crews came to the Palau with Kenshin ship from Japan to Palau. So that time that was a Japanese ship, but now it became like the
Oh.
Palawan ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was it equipped with your needs to deliver the medical things, or maybe the captain can say more
Yeah.
about that ship? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll start on that. When she arrived in Palau, she'd had a basic refit, so she had the basic equipment and was set up for the medical. The reason it took us so long to get to the Southwest Islands specifically was we needed a little bit of extra safety equipment to go away from the main islands, and more life jackets
Oh, I see.
mostly, and a long-range radio. And I'm sure you're aware, sometimes getting things imported into Palau can be difficult.
Yes.
So it took us a while to get the equipment we needed to do the voyage safely.
So but now you're equipped and you have all the equipment.
Now that
you
we've
need.
got it, hopefully we'll. Amma will say more, but I'm hoping that we'll have more opportunities to go to the Southwest
All
on
right,
a more
awesome.
regular basis.
Yes.
So the Kensing ship came in the beginning of the project. They came with the project when they first started. So the ship came in, and then it's registered as a Palauan ship. And the ship and this company, the Peace Wind organization, has an MOU working with the National Hospital in an effort of doing the non-communicable disease program. And this is what this whole project is all about. They're trying to
Alleviate
NCD.
NCD.
NCD. And so it comes with the health screening with it as well. And they monitor all the outlying states in Palau. And then this program, the second year program, we finally began in Koror. So we did the TDOC and we did the PCC. And now we have another one that's coming in that probably will it will explain it a little bit if they have time. So that's the whole entire project is in the beginning until now. Yeah, and it comes with the doctors and the nurses, and they fly in. So we collaborate with the hospital. That's why we have Dr. Jason, and then that's why we have the Taiwan technical team. So we're trying to bring in all the network. We're trying to work with all the networks that we have here in Palau to help people of Palau doing this activity for them. Yeah. Let me
Okay.
pass on to Amma again.
Yeah, so So you did the Southwest,
Yes.
and then Jason Lenzer was also speaking about some of the activities you're doing in Koror. So
Yeah.
you're not just focused on outer lying islands. You're also focused on some of the city and the communities that
Yeah.
are in the community. So can you
Yeah.
explain that or?
Yeah, the mainly we have focused on the outlying island, but now we have the health screening in Koror,
Okay.
which everyone can come from the Babel Dab also. So technically, we see all of the people in Palau so that they can come to the Koror for our health screening anytime, and then we also do the awareness in Babel Dab too, so to prevent from the NCDs.
So this is probably something that Dr. Jason mentioned, but um, what sort of data do you use to do these type of medical treatments? And
Yes, at the beginning of this project, we kind of took a look at the what's called the survey from the hospital survey, hybrid survey. Yeah, that's
high
our
risk survey.
yeah
Okay.
hybrid survey.
Hybrid survey.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now we have more information from our experience. So now we are kind of getting more information and more up to date for the next health
Okay.
screening. So maybe it's good time to share the data for our third health screening to the in the Southwest Island. Do you think it's
Yeah.
okay?
Yes. Definitely. Yeah.
So maybe the Dr. Jason can share that. Yeah.
So this is the data, Ron, that you wanted to kind of see what we had. But I'm just going to go into the data that we did for the Southwest.
So you went and you did it. You did a survey or?
Yeah, we had like screening forms. The patients saw the doctors. They got their vital signs checked.
see.
And then according to classifications on these certain diseases for NCDs, we were able to classify each person as what. Okay.
So this data is from that.
From that trip to the Southwest.
From those forms, you mean?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So, like Lancer said, we saw a total of 46 people in the Southwest Islands from April 22 to April 24. We're going to talk about diabetes first. Diabetes, we found 15% were diabetic. So 15% out of the 46 people were diabetic, newly diagnosed diabetics. And then 54% were pre-diabetes.
Wow.
Okay. The hypertension, there were 44% that were diagnosed as newly diagnosed hypertensive patients. All right. Also wanted to add in there about the weight, BMI of these, the locals down in the Southwest. The BMI, that was 52%, was the majority of the people were like obese. Okay. So 52% of the 46 people were found to be obese. And BMI is the most accurate way to tell a person if the person has a healthy weight or overweight. And then 52 of those 46 were obesity. 4 people from the 46 were class 3 obese. That's more above obesity. 15 were overweight and only 7 were normal. So only 7 out of the 46 people were normal. Which is different because we kind of expected people were healthy, but then
Yeah.
I think as time goes on, even the locals said the more imports of
They were
westernized
depending more on
foods,
imports. Yeah.
right? So you see a lot of people with canned foods and rice, and they mentioned it down south, and I think that can also be part of the factor why everybody has obesity down south.
Is that number, the 15%, the 50% as well, still significantly different from the mainland? Are mainland more obese than that?
Yeah, I think it correlates because I mean in the mainland we're also going to be eating canned food, right? And I think the hybrid survey also suggests
Because I think that sounds kind of shocking,
Yeah.
but I still think that that's significantly less than Koror.
Than Koror.
I would say, but I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
I agree. I mean, in terms of population, right? I mean, Koror has more population, so I mean, it kind of correlates with the Southwest in their population. So
Yeah.
the increase in Koror, of course, can be higher
Because
because
I
of
would think they
population.
would be eating more fish and more,
Exactly.
you
I
know,
mean,
but
that's what everybody
still-
kind of right.
but
they
still
were
they
still
were
healthy.
getting-
They were
yeah.
healthy. They were eating healthy, but then they had all these imports now,
imports.
canned foods and rice, and then the locals were even mentioning it, like, and they even drank soda every day. Some of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think, but overall,
Yeah.
people were active.
Okay.
Okay, and then they were serious about their health because I think in Tobi and Puluana, the school teachers were actually taking weekly blood pressure checks on the people of the island. So the
Oh,
people
really?
were in charge of doing weekly checks on each individual on the island and then marking them down in the notebook. So when we went there, we were able to kind of follow each individual how their blood pressure is throughout the year. And it's a big book. They're doing it. Yeah. And they're
That's
doing it.
great though.
Right. Yeah.
They're
And
self-conscious.
Yeah.
right, they're actually self-conscious. They're aware that they need to change their health, and the fact I think that they're far away and the access to healthcare is not as easy. They're serious about changing their lifestyle and taking care of their bodies and health in general.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's really interesting. Okay, so with that data, what were sort of plans to help them change and help sort of give them?
Right.
Were you giving them advice? What
Right.
was sort of
So this is
process.
Yeah, so it's like same as like an NCD clinic in Koror. So the people that already have NCD clinics in Koror with the hospital or with the outlying dispensaries, you know that every time you come to your doctor at the NCD clinic, you get screened and you talk to your doctor about lifestyle change and medications. Okay, so we kind of did the same thing. Me, Dr. Inaba, which is not here with us today, and Dr. Samuel, we saw the patients. We took a good 10, 15, 20 minutes per patient, talked about lifestyle change, weight, toxic habits, exercise, things that would change the outcome of an NCD. And then there was also the educational awareness that the group presented, Lenser, Yoko, and Ama. They presented to the community as well, talking about healthy eating, all right, and lifestyle change in general. So there was a lot of educational awareness going on to everybody because when they came to be screened at where we were, they were getting the face-to-face conversation about NCD and lifestyles. And then after that, the entire community came together and then they had a bigger educational awareness given by the group. So they got like a double
Yeah.
yeah,
Presentation. and-
presentation. So it
Education,
kind of
okay.
hopefully it got stuck in their minds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't blame them, but yeah, that import is really
Yeah.
something. All those corned beef and spam and tuna. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about some of the activities that you guys are doing right now in Koror or in mainland. What are some of the bubble dub or
Yeah, we have
sorry?
Sorry again.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, as everyone explained, so we have the health screening, but also that we have an awareness in also the night market, like every month. No,
Okay.
yeah, every month. Yeah, we have the night market booth, so we provide like the kind of awareness there, having some like toys and with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So we also target the not only the adult but also kids as well. So we provide some awareness and also information in the booth and at the night market as well. And then we will have another health screening again in hopefully July or August. But of course we will inform through our Facebook. And then so I hope that everyone can come that time. And then actually on June 22nd, next month, we will have the kind of fun event. We say like health seminar for everyone in Palau. so that they can learn about NCD's prevention and with fun activities too. So we have many the activities here, and then we also use some data for our awareness. And then regarding the data that the Dr. Jason explained, and then regarding the comparison of the between Palawan in Koror and Palawan in Southwest, we also need to kind of make sure more, and then we can utilize that data for our next awareness in Southwest also.
Okay, so with Peace Wind, and you were mentioning this a little bit, but your plan is to what's sort of your motive, or what does Peace Wind really want to do, like in Palau, and what do you plan in the future?
I see. Our purpose is to prevent from the NCDs in Palau. So like to prevent the NCDs from NCDs for Palawan, we provide health screening and awareness also. So now we have done 3 drives so far, but we will continue to do the more health screening in Palau.
And do you plan to grow from health screening to doing different other services, or
Yeah, we
what's
would
sort
like
of the
to.
future plan for
Yeah.
Peace Wind?
Yeah, of course the NCDs is related to not only of course health screening, but then related to the nutrition maybe, or some activities. So regarding the health, we would like to kind of enhance more activities, but at the same time, we are not really sure yet. But if there are anything that we can support in Palau, we also would like to go for it. But we are still like seeking for the next kind of opportunity about it.
Okay.
Yep.
To your previous question, Ronnie, I think we kind of went beyond screening for this trip. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it provided us the MHHS to work with the Peace Winds, and we were able to send medications down to the Southwest and replenish our dispensaries, which were kind of running out of stock of medications. People were running out of refills, so it gave us the opportunity to bring medications and replenish the dispensaries. And we also brought acute treatment medications, okay? So like antibiotics, Tylenol, ibuprofen, stuff like that. So we were able to see people, not only in the NCD, but anybody that had any complaints that wanted to be seen. Like if they had a fever, if they had headaches, they came in also. So it was stretched beyond screening. So we sick call. So we saw everybody. Yeah. So we provided clinic, we provided screening. We were a pharmacy as well, and we replenished all the medications that people need. And then when we left, the MHHS left all the supplies in their dispensaries, so they're properly stocked at the moment.
That's great.
So yeah, we went beyond screening. Yeah. So we were like a mobile hospital. Yeah.
Well, hopefully,
Yeah.
we can see this trip happen more often. I'm sure the outlying states really need it. So,
Right.
but when you went and you saw how they needed all of those equipments, was this something that you wanted to push forward and make it more of a regular trip, or how did you see this sort of growing in the future?
Yeah, I wish, Amma, do you want to say it? I hope the Kenshin will continue on their every 3 months. Was that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So we would like to have the more time opportunity for the health screening, but so far we are planning to provide like the 4 times a year, like health
Oh,
screening.
okay.
Yeah, like as the Jason said,
You're planning to do 4 times a year?
yeah, 4 times a
Okay.
year. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's.
Yeah, may I?
Go ahead. Yeah.
The project from Peace Wind with Palau has a 3-year program, and the 3-year program has to work with the hospital to provide the health screening and activities to help them to alleviate from NCD. To lessen the NCD, we do have health screening like everybody talk about, and then there is a ship that provide the transportation to those islands. So they did went to Kayang, and then they went to Pelili when we did Angaur. The challenges that we had of Southwest, that's why we're really highlighting Southwest, is one of those activities that was in this program in the beginning, but due to weather conditions, we really never went there. So finally, we had a chance to go. So
Yeah.
it is kind of locked in, and we're very happy that we really went there. And then we saw, and we took the opportunity to sail there to experience the water, and the captain and the crew was able to mitigate and made it. So now we're confident to do it again. Now, when it comes to the program is set in 4 times a year based on every quarter. And the reason being is we collective data, and then we perform, and then we rearrange the doctors and nurses in Palau with them because they're not here in Palau. Every time that we do a screen drive, they have to fly in, and then we provide the health screening to the public. And that's kind of coordination that we have at the moment working with the hospital, because it's required to have the doctor from the hospital and the other sectors like Taiwan. And then we work with their NCD department to coordinate with the state and using the dispensaries and providing us with a list of some of the people that need to come in for checkup. So those activities roll down the line before we set the tentative date to go out. But it's target 4 times a year. And when it comes to awareness, the awareness that we provide have a categories. One is the sugar content that Yoko always talk about it, and then we have a healthy lifestyle, and then we have a healthy eating, what kind of foods and availables and stuff to help the person, and then a little bit of education at the same time.
All right, that's great. Yeah, and then now since you brought that up, I think it'd be great to have a couple of tips from Yoko and a couple of tips from our doctor, maybe some ship tips from Nick, to give us some tips about maybe diabetes and how to avoid NCD, which is our big purpose here, is really how do we alleviate NCD in Palau. So let's start with Yoko, Nurse Yoko, and maybe give us some few tips or some things that you also gave advice to those people in Southwest. What are some of those tips that you gave them?
I explained it during the health screening, but I want to say that one more time also. The soda and sugary iced tea, I love it. But it's sugar in it, of course. And there is like a 50 grams of sugar. That's all. And then you can drink once in a while, but you can't drink every day. So I just want to say that.
I think that's the one thing people get misunderstood. Like the lemon tea, they always buy that King Car, the lemon tea, because they feel like it's light.
Yes.
So maybe it's not so
Yes.
sugary.
It's kind of like almost same as a soda, the sugar in it. So please be careful. And I don't say that don't drink it because I like it too.
Yeah.
So, but please drink like once in a while. So please don't drink every day. So that's my tip. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Sam or Nick? Nick, you gonna give us some tips?
Okay.
Okay. Let's do medical first. All right.
Okay. Maybe I can share some tips about the exercise because exercise is very important to try to decrease the incidence of NCDs. So usually in Koro, in the National Hospital, I usually suggest people to do more exercise. And I think the best exercise for Palau maybe is swimming because Palau have many beautiful beach and people love swimming. And I can also share one lady. I interviewed one lady in Songzoro State, and she told me how she tried to lose weight because there's no internet there. So she used her cell phone, try to use an app teach her how to do the fitness. So every day she just use that app and watch the videos maybe for now, raise your arm or raise your legs, and she just follow all the directions and do it every day. And she successfully lose some weight. And so maybe this is a good example for Palauan people, and especially for those living in Southwest. Even you don't have internet, you still have some exercise that you can do, and that really helps to decrease the risk of NCDs and make you more healthier.
All right. Awesome. Okay, and then
Oh, tip. What
Doctor,
tip?
yeah.
What tip? So we have diet. We have
what were some of those
exercise.
advice that you gave
Yeah.
to the Southwest people that you probably give to everybody, especially in regards to diabetes and high blood,
Yeah, I think
NCD?
I think the one thing that patients down there really ask is diet. Yeah, so because I think exercise they got it down, because they walk a lot, they go fishing a lot. So I think the exercise they got it down. But the one thing I explained to them is the diabetic plate.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've probably heard this from NCD clinic in the hospital, Dr. Lala and Dr. Myra. Practically, is half of your plate needs to be green color.
Okay.
Okay, half of your plate needs to be vegetables. All right, you don't start eating unless there's half of that plate filled with greens. Okay, and then 1/4 would just be carbs, and then 1/4 of the plate would be protein. Okay, so and then also eat a bit more frequent but less amount.
Yeah.
Okay, it's better to eat more frequent, less amount than to have less frequency, but the more things, you know. That's pretty much the diet part.
Yeah, I
Your
think
tip, I think.
kita other belawa, we don't want to hear the truth sometimes. So
Yeah.
usually they'll probably ask you like, what type of canned foods can I buy that will help me with my diet? But what's your real advice with that?
And, that's a funny question, because I think I got nothing other more. It's usually these two sources of so we usually have the rice and the meat. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. There's only two sources of energy that we get, which is just the carbs and the protein, and we forget about the vegetables. Okay. But then I do get a lot of those questions about canned foods. It gets tricky.
Yeah.
Because that's one staple that
Like
is
what
always
type
available.
of tuna? Like
What
just
type of
buy
tuna,
buy the tuna already. What type of tuna in oil can I get?
Well, in your case, I think if you want to eat some tuna, maybe throw away the oil.
Yeah.
And then substitute it with olive oil, and then fry the tuna.
Okay, there we
But,
go.
yeah, maybe that's a good for tuna.
Yeah.
Okay. And then for other canned foods, make sure if you're gonna eat it, stir fry it with a lot of vegetables.
Okay.
I mean, because they're gonna have canned foods. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
So maybe you can cook it with more vegetables in it. Okay.
There you go.
All right.
All right. Okay. And then we can probably go to Nick, our ship captain.
Well,
What are some ways that you can stay healthy while on the ship?
my focus is usually more on staying alive. I take a different approach.
Okay.
So the doctors deal with healthy. I try to stop my crew and passengers from dying. And the general rule is that you need to keep the water outside the ship and the people inside the ship. And
Okay.
everything else,
There you
including
go.
vegetables, is secondary to that.
That's pretty basic.
It is. People overcomplicate things.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, the key, and the same goes for your body, understand how your equipment works. If you've got a GPS, know how to use it. If you've got a compass, know how to use it. And as an amateur, I think the whole thing about owning a body is knowing how to use it and what sort of fuel to put into it. If I put the wrong fuel in our engine, it's not going to work.
Wow.
It's going to break down. And if you put the wrong fuel in your body, it's going to break down. So
Great advice.
I
Great.
simplify things right down to the basics.
Yep, there you go. Basic. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's great. All right. And then maybe Rubakin, you can probably give us some few advice on how you stay healthy and How do I stay away from NCD?
I must look healthy then.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Look, ak mga to ko belaw
Oo,
di kaya ma to ko ramigel maybe. The reason why maybe kung akal kung raw un makura malmli lo sa Marian mo ol ng certain company.
Oo.
It's because it's community based.
I see.
Kata maralo di sa akra ratal. Rato ko era a lifestyle change. Rao mga makalo. Leng malklo ase ergirel sekit. Atong mo ospital may kaldo mes. Awul mase erbela waklo habi ko sing lifestyle ergit. Nga kaguk mlo ko rakngal malnosakan mga mayonnaise. Lesel lo mondar nga kakmuti gitu lu asing best food. Lu sa best food ni. Oh, maka but it tastes good.
I see.
Hindi ko timla ko nga pangara content tultura sen.
I see.
Hindi nga kaun makurafit ta mo mesel nga kaktire kan manlem sisi exercise.
I see.
During my years ra cook Roy, akmle beto I was an outdoor person.
I see.
Maul mong kora talkibul kora ngila size nga kaya kora ngila mataka an all thing weekly exercise. Hindi in terms ra tungul mertial activity, mertial awareness il kimtran mururingin mo na tapi because apela wa hospital amne declare ra gay kita le pandemic ko
I
kasi
see.
klo in city ra apelur belang. So say kita ulam ma program am name seraktura al selakman lo sa marial train mga katiak katro hospital. I'm not a nurse, I'm not a doctor, but I learned along the way in what they do and what they did. But the advocate part ringi amal soak. Laga the train lo may sablu lo li sakra ate emalo kortir in the concept lo asya kada mo korki klabat ngetli ase rahmal klo edi mulmol man mar adal tuaw the mona referral mo maklo.
I see.
And a lifestyle ako bring a lot of change ni. It's really really hard. A weight loss mo bring a change ni. And those are the activities that we try to indulge in one another. Say, look, be aware. It's basically this program is about is basically awareness. They go out and take and screen people and take data. Because kital other belaw dakto kital other belaw. Most are bekla other mon mutra. Mesang emom tangi. Mangul mutumur tamsel
So ada lo message.
o mesel lo tabdi tial de targaw rapangem raklungel lasukal maklungel lasar ma high blood ma kello tial biomass index tial biomass body mass index kau ma berrede in calculation into of the yang arnya they do blood test lo otia sugar level or Maselunga day tangul Moscow and you become conscious of wow. And then tiyak makararngir lang. And then that's when the education part comes in.
Ulungan yung tigil avoid the screening.
Mga
Tiri lo message number.
So tangarnya so what Amma said and the data showed and Dr. Aruram there's people that we found them that are pre-diabetic tangar cell level that they weren't aware magi pre-diabetic. So the program is really good. My activities around three other hospital really good. The important health it's really we need to be aware of. This company as I went to, I try to quit suing because they keep telling me, look, it's bad for you. Because somebody's telling me every day. Yeah, including our captain. and not only that, but they at the office they come in with greens. They're like the vegetable people. When there's a market, they're like, hey, it's time for market. We're gonna go buy some vegetables, and that's how it's their lifestyle. They already into it because they're and that's how you basically become healthy and conscious. The environment of you is. So if one household can start practicing it, and I'm pretty sure the kids will follow. Yeah. And that's about it. This is basically educational. We tell a tale and we show data and we screen you, show data. Oh, this is where you are, try to do this. And if you can pass that on to your wife, pass it on to your kids, and action taking at the house. So it's basically family awareness. Yeah, that needs to be provided to the people that and how to care for it. And that's what this actually all program is about. I started to eat healthy again. I started to taksalmal malimarom. I started to walk. I started to do a lot of outdoor work at the house. And that kind of, it's a general idea. It's basically the food you eat. It's basically just nutrients and what your body needs and stuff. But nobody really educated what your body needs, what kind of nutrients you need daily, what amount that you need to eat. Like Dr. Arurang, with the portion of this, portion of that. Hindi, ang lamagaleta te kalustop. Kita tial malelin di sel para sukang kata. Para masang ngarke sel babi. Ngarke sos, tangaram malbaran. And those are it's basically, we kind of grew up with it.
Yeah.
Hindi gira dal magkikogi dal try nom das with change. O mesel wasem kada makaram mga mokrabat nga dam sel botangar oko ng 70, 80. Hindi kada sad mal mo burden our family.
I see.
Rato ko ospital maguro. And especially klol burden for yourself.
For yourself, yeah.
And, yeah, and rulaw most of the activities el kahmal ngararong sa rula tamul takal sa pemor. So that's what this whole project is about. We're trying to tell people to be healthier and try to help the hospital as well lessen the NCD. Letial o mga makalo ating aring travel students. Education is a big part. Eko man musulang.
Thank you for joining us. And Amma, maybe you can give us your last take on all of your activities. Thank you guys for joining us for this short program. So is there a number? Is there how can we contact Peace Wind?
Yes, we have the office at the VIP next to the police station, between police and the station and the post office. So that you can anytime come and then knock the door for the information or any questions. So we are welcoming everyone. And also we are on a Facebook, so that's the Peace Winds Palau. So please check it and then please follow us. We will inform our next health screening and awareness and also some information for the prevention of NCDs. Yeah.
All right.
So I really would like to say thank you for everyone. And then I would like to say thank you for our teammates. And also we have three more crews on the ship. And we would like to say, of course, the MHHs and also the Taiwan team, the Shinkon Hospital, and of course the Japanese embassy, which support our grants. So we will keep our project. And then for next year, we will also have more opportunity to provide the health screening.
What are the names of the crew members that are on the ship right now?
You can tell.
Shout out to Rainy, Blas, and Georges, who are looking after the ship while I'm ashore.
All right. Woo!
Yep.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have crews and also the one admin staff named Beth. So we are in a big team right now.
All right. Awesome. Great job. Thank you guys for joining us and sharing with us the work that you do for Palau, Peace Wind here in Palau, doing some great activities. We covered some upcoming activities as well, right?
Yes.
So hopefully you will join Peace Wind when they do their health screenings. I think it's important for everyone to attend those health screenings and get checked and find out what are things that you can do to help alleviate NCD. So thank you again to Peace Wind for joining us. Kensing, is that the name of the ship?
Yes.
Kensing ship.
Kensing. Yes.
Kensing checkup.
Checkup. Oh, Kensing
Kensang.
is getting checked up.
Yeah,
Okay.
like health screening in Japanese.
Health
Yeah.
screening in Japanese.
Yes.
Kensar gidal belaw.
Kensar Giderbela, I say, okay. So thank you again to Peace Wind. I guess that's all that we have for you. And maybe we can make way for you guys to come back again and
Thank you very
update us
much.
on some of the work that you are
Yeah, we would
doing,
love to.
and bring in maybe those crew that were not here so they can also share their experience. Okay, hindi mo nagigit ako kung sa Edel Share, kung man sulal tune in at EPFM Eco Paradise. Back to you, Spy.
Okay, sige daw lo mga lila taksol gid